quite nice. Must be nice. And we'll get into it. Pistol buys come in. Glocks, 2 smokes, 3 smokes, Molotovs as well. This will be very technical from BiG. They're known as a strategic team. See what they bring to the table here. Maybe real aggression from the CT side. Quite passive, in fact, as well. Let's see what they bring.
So far, they'll bring some speed to at least the apartments at the top of alt mid, but they won't go much beyond it. Next looks back down to consider the fact that anyone could be pushing from banana.
Fallen's actually got towards that logs position as well. BiG could be aware they've got no control of that whatsoever. They probably have to commit quite soon. I would say a smoke towards arch side, maybe library as well in front of the pit. Molotov towards a broken wall potentially. We'll see if that comes in. They'll just be making their way to the bomb site. I love this so far from BiG. It's up to coldzera to defend.
Hold high ground. Good shot on the first one. Can't get the head on the second one, though. And all of a sudden it turns. Yeah, Kiev, Gabi, and Legia again falling down on the rotation. BiG up 1-0.
Really nice stuff there. Perfect execution from BiG. You see how quick those kills come in as well? The top right, this couldn't keep up with the amount of frags coming in there from the BiG side. 4 in total. And then the final kill coming in from Legia. And it's Fallen. They're in a great position as well. They had 4 players on the A site there, Matt. They were ready for that play. Couldn't find the shots. coldzera gets 1 kill. That's it. 1-0. Favor the underdogs. SK Gaming will be forced buying in the second round here. We have scouts available, CZs, 3 of those, and coldzera. He's a menace to the Desert Eagle on Inferno, so watch out for him. This round certainly won't be easy for BiG. Looking for the 3-0. It's Fallen though. We'll be trying to stop them. First shot doesn't land, but that's what a player T steps.
Shot from tabseN to take out Fallen. Scout doesn't amount to anything. Cold could potentially pick it up. He's hesitant to do so for obvious reason. Molotov gets inside of the hallway at the apartments, but it's over toward B, by which the bomb is approaching. It's Fur inside of the site alone. Good look at it. His Fur's behind the statue, or the fountain, I suppose, to be more specific. Smoke. CT as well. Flash hits Fur. They'll be able to see his kneecaps sticking out from underneath, and they'll need a few knee replacements for the next round. Fur next takes down Fur. It's Kiev to look towards CT. Mac 10. Getting aggressive for the retake this time because the scout's been grabbed by coldzera. There's head armor for Phelps and a CZ75.
Clean round from BiG, I have to say, Matt. Now, a single rifle to work with there as well. 4 UMPs and a Mac 10. They find both kills required towards the B side of the site. Fur and Fallen can do nothing about it. We have to save the upgraded weaponry here for the SK side. CZs, a scout as well. Phelps with head armor. Won't have a chance here as he gets taken down by tabseN. It seems like he's getting in the zone here. A few kills with him. He's on 3 and 1 so far. One of the players you don't want to allow to get into his zone. Can be very, very deadly. Taco and coldzera. All save the Deagle, Scout and CZ. So this coldzera can either drop the Scout to Fallen, which would make sense at this point. I'm sure he'll do that. Throws that over. Keeps the Deagle for himself. And has to be a Falika here. BiG going to get that. 3-0 start on the T side. It's really promising stuff for them to kick things off. Let's get into it, shall we?
If you insist.
I'll give it a go. Fallen. Scout, presumably going to pick towards top middle once again. Actually going towards B, in fact. 3 players there. They always have a chance to win these rounds. All it takes is a Scout shot to come in, Deagle shot from coldzera. The round can be turned around.
Scout at the ready, nade in. It's to significant detriment. SK have to fall and scatter. They couldn't land the Scout shot from Fallen either. Bomb waits inside of Banana. BiG is a little quick to take over the map control in Banana this time. Again, against pistols and just the 1 Scout. Playing a much slower style than what we've seen. And it is Flipside and BiG that have been the 2 execute-heavy teams.
Yeah, absolutely. For now, methodical stuff. Doing that initial damage towards Banana. Good nades at the corner. Sends Fallen and Phelps packing. Fur takes the brunt of it as well. Now just walk up, contact play, using the buddy system. Anyone that goes down needs to be a refag available. Looks perfect so far. coldzera, he's got the Deagle and Graveyard though. We'll keep our eyes on him for now and see if he can do anything about this. There it is, finds the first shot, looking for more.
He's still in Graveyard, he's limited. He cannot get out of this position. They have to take the fight against him. He's got good damage and the Flames will take down next. Get your 1s and your Gs. As Fallen comes out from library, scout in hand, jumps up, spots a player retreating inside of the doorway and realizes it's too late to hit the shot.
Should be the round concluded, but still within a chance of SK. They'll boost up at the smoke, looking towards the apartments. I don't think they'll get a kill here. And without the kids as well. A little bit hairy there. considero hitting a nice shot, but here we go. The final commitment. Might get one more kill, but the gear says no. Double frag for him and taps to finish things off. 3-0 for Big. It's been achieved. A little bit dicey towards the end, but they're happy with that. 3 UMPs. This is definitely a bonus round. Going forward as well, we might not have head armor on one of the players. Okay, they do manage to get 4 sets. Fallen glass cannon, though, so these UMPs can be very effective. This is when you do a fast tap. It's when you go for the full execution. Maybe that wall of smokes towards the B side. That would be great. That would be perfect right now. Even a fast rush up towards middle and try and shut down Fallen, who without armor can be very vulnerable. I'm interested to see what Gobby strategizes here and makes a Taylor try and make these UMPs their most effective.
Glass cannon certainly could help the SMGs if Fallen doesn't find the opening shots. He's also playing in an area which has been naded multiple times.
Absolutely. And he got naded in the previous round there, so he needs to be very careful. Not going towards the T-step space, but nothing too fast just yet. I was expecting Big to throw a spanner in the works and try and set the tone for the game and make SK feel uncomfortable. Antonio very passively keeping the underpass, watching Banana.
They're going to leave the glass cannon alone as well from Fallen. He's dropped back off the wall, but Fur's going to rotate.
Once he's established, that's okay. He's vulnerable when he's on that corner, like you said, to the grenades. And now they can send 4 players towards the A side of the map. Fallen, his objective, 1 kill, fall back, hold a different line.
Smoke set Gobby at bench, which I think lands front library on the one that he was looking at lining up before he... So he set himself in position and pulled out the gun to see if they're going to peek, but before he pulled out the gun again. I guess he'll give up on it. It looked originally as if it was going to go that position, but they've thought better of the idea. Smoke in front of pit, smoke over to his left at arch as well. He's now dissolved to allow Key a better angle toward the arch. AK-47 has to pursue, and Fur will take down 1 and 2. Phelps actually gets the second, but no matter, because he's down to next just after. He doubles up. It's cold inside of the site instead, though. That's made the difference for SK. Low HP for the wraparound on next. 12, in fact, and he has the bomb. He's dropped by Taco. It's also Lagia, and traded immediately.
Nice job there, considering the situation. 3 UMPs and a couple of AKs to bring it down to a 2 versus 1. Lagia gets that final consolation frag, but not really much he could do to get the bomb down. But still plenty of money. Bucket loads for Big here. They keep the CTs modest. Win this round, that's a really harsh reset. And you can see SK not looking comfortable. UMP for considero. Phelps down to a Famous. All back out for Fallen. He's got the body armor, of course. But still, SK not looking dominant just yet. Going to number 5. Key for the AWP himself as well. So huge investment for him. Those have Fallen. Will be towards middle. Banana as well. This time, he will indeed going aggressive here. Looking for that initial shot. Flashbang's good though. That's the full backslide, but still wants to fight.
Falling back all the way inside of the site. Fur does the same, and in fact, I think that back Fallen's not going to go inside of the site. Immediately, he rotates around Ruins to get Coffin instead. Meanwhile, smoke at the end of the apartments and a smoke in front of Gobby. Bomb thrown back to him as well. 58, and they're still in the mids. Same smoke they threw last time to isolate toward the pit, which, by the way, that smoke placement would actually block off anyone trying to use the bug, which hopefully no one will, as we talked about already. Taco, though, graveyard, same position, cold plate on the Deagle, and he waits this time, but unfortunately the Molotov lands and spews into exactly where he is. Gobby's able to trade cold. Bomb's picked up, gathered, and planted toward default as Gobby goes back inside of the pit. Fur's already on site, but Fallen is a long way away.
Yeah, and he's got the AWP as well. Someone has to wait for him to try and get that opening pick. It's a 3-on-2 situation. I think they might be saving.
Yeah.
They're out. They know the gravity of the situation there. They lose this round, it's a full reset. They need weaponry going forward here. The AWP might be able to carry them for a round, but Big, once again, slow and methodical. Get that mid control. Decent execution. Players coming from the apartments, arch and quad. The smokes are good. The Molotov's perfect. It takes coldzera down at Graveyard. They seem to have a read on the setup from SK Gaming. They've adjusted those Molotovs to actually shut down certain positions. I haven't seen that from Big yet. The Molotov at Graveyard. So that's obviously something they've worked on, and it works perfectly there. 3 players surviving. Harsh reset for SK now. And it looks like we do have a game on our hands. I was expecting SK to run away with this one, but it's looking very promising from the Big side, I have to say. First finds one more kill on the Formula gear. That's all we'll get. They will save the 2 weapons and can force around it. That could be their unraveling. This is a force by Intuit. And we'll see whether that limits him for the rest of the half. So UMPs, Promises, and that AWP. I think Fallen probably wants to go towards middle here. Wants to challenge, but Keeves could be aware. The AWP saved. He'll be holding very defensive, just holding tight angles and hoping Fallen wants to just cross out. He goes towards Banana, in fact, Fallen. And trying to do what they can. Keeve, like I said, holding that tight angle at T-steps. Molotov to top of Banana to deny Fallen any sort of aggressive play. We'll smoke down the water's bottom, and this is the classic Fallen boost we've started calling it. Right in the corner, seeing any players crossing over to the logs. Oof, taps in. You know he's going to hit that shot. Package with the knife as well.
He's got the wrong... Yep, certainly does. Taps it in. You never want to give him an inch. Takes certainly way more than a mile. Yeah.
Ooh,
into the site, though, gets very sloppy, and it's all gone blue. In your top right, the obituary says SK has something to celebrate. 2-man advantage. Next, found immediately after. Tapson's the last alive, despite being the one to open it. That could have gone so much better.
Yeah, the gear had to hit that shot. Relatively easy. Lost control of the spray. As Tapson had found that opening shot, they seemed to be a bit carried away at that point. Made the commitment. Could have gone perfectly for them, but that second frag, once that got shut down, Tapson wasn't looking in the right direction. They're still laughing though. Godby's happy. They still have the lead, 4-2. And it's going to be the double AWP setup. Possibly one of the strongest setups you can have on the CT side. It can be countered quite easily, but for now, Fallen and coldzera. SK flirted the idea of having Taco as a secondary AWP for a while, but seems like coldzera seems to be back in that role full-time once again. Round number 7, 4-2 for Big. They have to take an eco Deagles, PT-50s, and some Tech 9s as well. Head armor for Keeve and Tapson.
Cold's looking to peek down mid. Don't see anything. Backs away. Apartments again for Big, and you could bet your bottom dollar they would have spent time last night reviewing SK. Trying to predict what has been somewhat of a curveball in the fact that the vetoes are very different, and some teams haven't exactly gotten maps that they would have wanted or expected. Don't know exactly how SK play. Shots Taco. Phelps is in the crossfire with him. Next to Keeve, though, do get it back. So pistols actually do decent because there's guns grabbed for it. Tapson's got an AK picked up, but it is coldzera going back to Graveyard again that finds the next kill. They'll know he's there, and he's going to relocate inside of the sights. Still spotted by Tapson, but good headshot on the USP, and he closes it out. Good movement from Cold.
Pretty comfortable around there from SK, giving a couple of frags away, but that was only going to left for Big. Coach, the notepad out. Waiting for the pause to chime in. 4 available.
He's been writing it down every round. I don't know if it's trends based on position or something that he's seen from his own team.
It'll be money, just tracking, watching out where they are, what kind of kills they're getting, kill rewards, and working out when he can call with their eco, what kind of buy they have, and double AWPs are viable for them. That's what I'd be doing as a coach. I've always thought that's going to be an important part of the game, just keeping track of that stuff. Just so your in-game leader doesn't have to think about it.
Good shot, coldzera again to take down Tapson, so the double op in Cold's hands is certainly effective. They set it on the desk. Paul said it. 35 kills he had last time on this map. If he gets another 35, what a major he's having as well. I think his rating was 2.0 or so coming into this.
70 frags on 2 maps. That's not bad at all.
Sign my mouse pad, Cold.
I'll see what I can do. I know him quite well.
Do ya?
Yeah. I'll introduce you one day. Yeah.
Be an honor. Cold will wait at the door. They go out. Flash works for Cold, but not for Phelps. Finds 2. Cold steps back out with his vision restored. And his aim well intact to find next. Immediately after that, the gear will fall. Pretty straightforward. 4-4. SK back into it. So Big impressed you early, but SK still hanging in as you'd expect them to do at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely. Bouncing back from what could have been a very dire situation. Now 4-4. going 3-0 down. SK Gaming looking much better. Now we have the timeout, like we said, a chance for the coach to chime in and to give his information. They are limited in terms of money. So, got B delivering the inspirational speech right now, working out what the next game plan is. So let's discuss it. They won't really be buying into this round. In terms of loss bonus, they'll have 4th stage after this round, after this one, so $2,100. So you can't really invest too much money into this round. Number 9, Brothers joining us. This is another playoff game. Whoever wins this game will go 3-0 and actually find himself a day off tomorrow and Thursday, and find himself the second team joining Gambit to make the playoffs.
Picture that for BiG.
Amazing.
So what a story as well, because the minor, they reverse swept from the lower bracket in the playoffs to win the minor itself. They then went to the qualifier, lost a map, but went through, I think, 3-1 overall.
Exactly.
They played in Cologne, believe this or not, in a show match, as it was referred to, the Meisterschaft Championship. Oh, Considero down middle, nearly gets one more with the pistol. And they weren't allowed to do walk-ins because they had to earn it. And I remember saying to myself, well, BiG's better lately than some of the teams here, so maybe they will earn it soon, while they are earning their wear and worth right now at the Major. 4-4 against SK early on. Money in the favor this time, though, with the Brazilians, and they're going to fall back after damaging Kiev, but not getting a kill. Try and hold the sights with crossfires and the advantage of weapons.
Ooh, shot there from Considero. Can't find the kill there. It's going to be Taco and the Phelps doing work with the AK. Spray down through the smoke. They're going to finish things off. Lots of damage inflicted. 5-4 now for SK. They take the lead. Pretty comfortable round overall, all things considered. Well, it's just PT-50s and some Deagles out. BiG now with another buy available. No Kiev AWP, but it hasn't exactly had massive impact. He's on 3 for 7. Looking at some of the other big names, of course, Tabson, as he usually is, at the top of the scoreboard. Very, very talented and consistent player, I have to say. There's Taco jumping out from the apartments. As we enter round number 10. 5-4 in favour of SK. Double up set up once again. Fallen and considero. Makes sense. 3 players towards B at the very start. Opportunity to set Fallen up at the car position. They can fall back. Or they could challenge at the very start as well. Grenades being thrown, as long as the smokes as well. Molotov to lock in the terrorists if anyone does get caught out of position.
Goes into banana, but no one could be pushing up. Fallen still not sure exactly where he wants to position himself on the AWP. Nade out from logs, knows a player's there, therefore, but can't get the shot. Gotta be careful. Fur and Phelps both took that nade directly in the face, both on 52 HP. And with that nade damage going in, it might be the first time in a while we've seen BiG go toward B, falling through the wall. Wouldn't have been surprised if he'd hit with 2 players jumping behind it.
Yeah, lucky not to get any damage there.
Corner boost, new box for Fur in an emo position. 3rd player, Cold, has rotated, or rather, excuse me, I think it was Phelps, rotated back over toward A. So Fur's going to have to do damage.
Just to note as well, that's Fallen's first kill.
Wow, that's shocking.
I didn't even notice that. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, normally we pick on it. I guess it's also partly in fact that so much action's been on A.
Yeah.
Smoke wall. This will be the wrap through ruins. BiG did this yesterday. They did it though.
Yeah,
they missed the smoke. They missed the smoke. The smoke's on top of the roof, so they have to stop to make sure no one's going to arrive towards CT, because typically they go deep smoke, quicker wrap. They still get there due to the timing of the rotation, but that could have been very costly. Coffee will identify that. Fallen will identify at least a kill. Nearly gets a second. His next immediately gets Fur after Lagia all the way inside of ruins. Good shot. Tabson as he snaps around.
Yeah, this tactic seems to work every single time. No one can actually hold it off, it seems. Even with the missed smoke, like you said, they find the timings, get through ruins, and the AWP at that close range. Fallen, that's his bread and butter. Gets 2 kills in the round, but that's all he gets. He's now 2-4. So the first round he frags doesn't equate to a round victory, unfortunately. BiG tie things out 5-5. That tactic, we've got to see it from more teams, surely. It seems to be so good. We don't see it from anyone else but BiG. It seems to be so like versatile, and you can just smother the CT to presumably blocks like first oranges, new boxes, or coffins. Nothing they can really do, and the flashbangs come over as well. It's so well coordinated.
It could definitely be adapted to be a reverse wrap through to CT.
Yeah, right.
Worst case
that could be
scenario
really,
as well.
because we have the B split right now. That we've got a banana split. We go towards middle, arch. You go through CT spawn. You could definitely do that the other way around. Get all the pressure, all the rotations, catch CT's red knife without rotating towards B. Right. That could be quite an awesome idea. I like that. Definitely more to be done with Inferno, I think. We'll see. 5-5. Money not in the bin just yet for SK. Double op setup still rolling strong. Fur and Fallen, they're low money. The 3 players after reinvestment of about 2k each. Big. Back in the AW between themselves. That's the key. There was a chance there.
Needs to go on the right. Smokes at both top mid and all the way over toward Atrium. Taps and goes quick. Coldzera's quicker. Gets a second as well as the bomb will go down and follows it up. They're all lining up. Coldzera with an ace. A beautiful one as well. And he's elated for good reason.
My God. He does seem to be the king of Inferno generally, not in the Pacific area. What a performance that was. 5 shots, 5 kills. AWP masterclass there from the world's best player. It's going to be 6-5. I'm sure getting a replay of that. Why not? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Didn't miss a beat. That's so rare. 5 shots and 5 kills, Matt. Especially at that range as well. How sick is that?
Look at the eyes. He's calling all time. Yeah, absolutely. He was if that was in the auditorium, he would have stood up and done the cheer, and then he realized, oh wait, no one's here.
He wants more. 6 shots out of 6.
Not bad. Gets aggressive. Phelps will back off. Fur goes more. Look at Fur all the way in behind them. Won't be an ace this time for Gold with this positioning. 1, 2, 3. Line up through the window. Perfect play. Backs off. Fallen goes down below to look for the last remaining player. Tapson is the last. And he will go down. Phelps to push through. Impressive stuff from SK.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Managed to keep all 5 players alive. Coldzera's getting pumped up now. Another player like Tapson, you don't want to get warmed up like that and start hitting those shots and getting that confidence. Goes towards second mid, shuts them down. They try and get the refrag, but the crossfire set up, and they manage to run away with the round once again. 2 in a row for SK Gaming off the back of Coldzera's absolutely brilliant performance there.
And what an ace to get, considering the economic battle, the back and forth. Big already have 5 rounds. They break them down immediately after. That is so huge from Cold.
What's coming in? Could be technical. I'm not 100% sure. The admin might have called that one. We'll have a look. And it's going to be an eco by the looks of things, or a partial buy at least from Big.
I love going to Reddit news section.
Just getting that up. What, the whole page flooded with Coldzera ace?
Actually, they cleared the entire news section.
Okay, just to have that. Well, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Not bad. What a round. What a round indeed.
Yeah, that's
hopefully we get more like that throughout the weekend when we've got the crowd behind it. But again, important for SK to get this up to 7-5 and now have a chance to go 8.
Round number 13. As I said, looking likely to be a partial buy here from Big. We have got the coaches talking, so I assume it is just a regular pause. Big, after that great start, going up 4-1, find himself at 7-5 now. Coldzera, he's having a game. 16 kills, 5 deaths. Tabson, his rival, if you will, 9 for 9. He's dropped off in the last few rounds. Kiev, 3 for 10. The AWPer of Big, not really having much impact. Same story for Fallen, though. He's on 2 for 4. Coldzera seems to be proficient at all disciplines here in CSGO. Rifle or pistols. Maybe not so much shotguns, but we'll see. Maybe he pulls one out later on. We get into round number 13 now. Ooh, an AK from Tabson there. Cheeky last-minute purchase. Here we go. If there was a player to do it, it would be him. We saw Simple what he could do with a single AK around this Tech 9s earlier in the tournament. Good nade, though. Ooh, doesn't actually land any damage. Looks perfect to me.
Pistols and the 1 AK. We saw 1 AK work already in this event for Simple and Na'Vi.
Just said that, Matt.
I know. But we'll see if Tabson can echo it.
Okay.
Molotov inside of the door. Boiler, that'll be extinguished immediately after. No one's inside of it, so they go for the longer version of delay. Phelps in Atrium. No one going for a boost yet so far on SK, because we have seen Phelps get boosted up there a few times in recent history, including in Cologne to good success. They've been playing, I have to say, Graveyard a lot.
Graveyard seems to be an important part of the map, especially Coldzera as well. It's going to be Taco this time in that position, obviously with the AWP this time. Coldzera wants to be playing a little bit harder in the bomb site. Phelps towards the quad position. Coldzera to back him up as well. Try and bait him in as he faces towards Boiler. Could find his first shot. It's been an absolute menace with the AWP. Looking to take Tabson down. He's got that AK, hits him, can't quite find the kill though. Helps to find two. considero chiming in as well. Bomb drops.
Good shot, Godby, and Legia actually gets one as well over the shoulder. Flash through the smoke. Aggressive AWP. Legia gets Taco down as well. But Fur is the man that's going to shut this down. Bomb to plants. Does get money in. Hang on, because Godby actually got his gun out in time to actually take challenge with armor. Pulls another nade. Flash catches them, but unfortunately he's walked into a Molotov. And that's going to be the end of it. SK going to find a close, considering the money. Did you know that Simple also went with 1 AK once in this event?
No, I didn't know that.
There you go.
Well, yeah, it's interesting.
Pay attention, Henry.
I'm trying to keep up. Well, SK, 2 AWPs surviving once again. They really are looking sharp as this first half has got deeper and deeper. It's round number 14. There's 1.5 now. 8-5. 3 in a row for them. Bomb Plaza means BiG can indeed bring out the AKs once again. Kiev, I haven't been a fan of the T-side AWP. Generally, I don't like it on Inferno. And he goes for the AK-47. He's hardly had much impact of it whatsoever. So get the AKs out. Could have bought the AWP, but decides against it. I think that's the right call. He's actually pretty decent with the rifles. We saw him in the major qualifier and the minor, being well-versed in both weaponry. So we'll see whether he can step up now. He's adjusted to the AK. Round number 14. Looking like we could get aggressive here from Taco. Jumps across. Might have been spotted. And he won't go super aggro here. Decides just to fall back and pull his incendiary out and buy himself some time.
Will push. Trying to at least go for the spam spot that never lands. It's far too tight of an angle. Someone have to intentionally place themselves there almost to get hit. Smoke timing's perfect. It'll slow down BiG, and in fact, they'll back off as a result.
Well, good apartments control from BiG so far. Godby with the bomb. He could fully commit here. Smoke and flashes can come over. Bit of a contact play. Try and catch Taco out of position. We'll see what happens here. He's currently burrowed himself into the corner of the bomb site. Playing off considero at the AWP. He'll try and bait him in. considero take one shot, hide, and hopefully bait him into chasing him. Here we go.
Good shot. Again from none other than Cold. This is his major. He's owning it. Down goes Legia. Will not find an ace this time, at least, because Taco gets a kill. And you're saying there it is because Cold has died, but it's Phelps and Fur that will clean up.
You can see how well that setup works. The considero, he's just supposed to take one shot and hide and bait them into running towards his crosshair. Taco in that close range position, they don't check it. But considero keeps killing them over and over again. Taco's is there like, please, can I have a go? Can I have a chance? This is perfect. This setup's looking good. considero goes down and Taco manages to finish things off. Not too bad at all there for SK Gaming. Looking for double digits now. It dies to the start of this game, but looking much stronger now. 2 kills for Fallen, 3 for Kiev. The Uppers. So that's Fallen's only fragged in 1 round in this half, just to note.
That's a great point.
1 round, and they didn't win that round.
He's been the secondary op this game because Cold, who's going aggressive again, has been stealing the headlines. He won't go all the way down to peak top of alt middle. So therefore will not find Tabson, who works his way inside of the boiler room. Now it's Fallen's turn. Can't land the first shot. Swings out. Can't land the second either. Keep going. Next has Fur down. He's got to start hitting, and he does. Does indeed. Down goes Legia. Out for more. Fallen takes down Godby. Up, drop, and roll to get out of the flames. And he's in control of Banana again. It's Tabson that wants to work. Tech9 does get the first kill, which could actually lend itself to more in the fact that Fallen's low. He's picked up an AWP. He's got players on either side, and one of which is Cold. You're never going anywhere. 10-5 SK. Good way to end it, considering it was 4-1 at a point.
Absolutely. What a turnaround. 20 kills in the end for considero. What an absolute monstrous half. He's had 35 frags per map. Only 2 maps, to be fair. Both in Inferno. He could replicate that, and it's 15 in the second half to get it once again. That's got to be some sort of record. He gets 35 kills in 3 maps to get to the playoff as well. That's got to be something. I'm sure we could look into it. But round number 1 of the second half coming in momentarily. The umpires coming in now. They're just voting for it.
I'll be happy with him getting. I think it was Tabson, the last person to do it at an event. I can't remember which event it was.
Major qualifier, maybe?
No. It was further back than that. I want to say DreamHack Tour. I could be wrong. Where he had 100 kills in 3 games.
Okay.
Cold could be on pace to do that. All he needs is 30. I say all he needs. Remember, he's averaged 35.
Yeah. I'd love to see him just do that 3 rounds. Exactly 35. 3 maps, 35 kills in each one. That'd be really satisfying.
105 total.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's aim for that one. Either way, first round, we'll have a look at the buy for SK Gaming. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and a Molotov as well. Suggests they go towards people. Look at this aggressive play. We saw this from Big earlier in the tournament as well. Let's see if it works out for them. Keeps seems to think so as he finds one frag. Up to Godby and taps, and they keep finding headshots here.
I was expecting a headshot almost to land on Fur as well as he was continuing to tap. Godby.
Nice work.
Relentless. Yeah, he's going to catch off Cold there as well, and he's covered because even if they want to swing out the boiler closely, Taco has Nex watching him. He still manages the kill. No one's going to swing down through the underpass position to catch off Fur, but Fur gets found anyway, even with the flank that was going in all the way down toward T-spawn from Legia. Taco versus 3. Glock to work with, has armor, but 64 HP. That goes down to now 49. He's hit Tabson, though. His positioning wins. Good shot as well.
We've seen that strategy from Big a few times over the last few months. We've actually cast him a lot with the minors and the major qualifier. That CT push and Inferno. It's certainly risky, and if the T's are aware that that could be a possibility, they'll shut you down. But they seem to be oblivious to that fact. And it's Godby. He seems to be getting better and better of each tournament. I never really rated him as a fragger before, but some of the shots he's pulling off recently have been great. To be fair, that brings his total up to 5 kills in total. So, but what a big round it is to arrive in this game. Number 17 now. 1 Famous. 3 UMPs and an MP9.
If I'm not mistaken, against Penta, although it was SK that had the big lead at 9-1, they ended the half 10-5.
Yeah.
And Penta had a massive comeback on the CT side with some sloppy play from SK, so we have to keep that in mind.
That's absolutely correct. We did see SK with some uncharacteristic clumsy plays. Missed Molotovs, gaps in smokes, 1 by 1, getting caught off by Molotovs.
Argue that Cold bailed him out of that game.
He's done it twice. He's, well, maybe not the second one, but the first game definitely bailed him out.
Quito heading down toward the boiler doorway. Incendiary in hand. Could be well timed. Oh, Tabson doesn't throw it. Gets away instead. He's going to save it, potentially, for when they want to walk in from Banana.
Quite a quiet round here, not as explosive as the previous. PD50s and Tech 9s. SK yet to really inflict any sort of damage, but Tabson, he strikes first, he finds Phelps and gets the call. No one else is on that side of the map. Legia's going to rotate over towards A. Time ticking away now, 30 seconds. Fur makes his play towards Arch by himself. Known to be an aggressive player. Flashbang comes through. What does it? Looks like the CTs have all the information they need, but Tabson, that's a little bit messy, but Taco now goes towards B with the bomb. This is a banana split, a blunder from Big.
Eve. Ooh. Big's matters worse in the fact that Fallen on a fadeaway jumper is able to land the shot. Bomb gets planted. SK has the B site to work with. Good positioning from Fur. I love and hate that position because when you're there, it's the greatest thing in the world.
The greatest.
The GOAT. Godby. He's a shepherd. We'll go along with that one. Apparently Nex is because he's gotten down Fur from the position. Crossfire setup as Godby holds up ever so slightly to allow Nex to work back in after getting the kill. And Taco can't do anything of it. They will get the defuse, but it is very costly. And it will go 10-7, but reinvestment needed.
Need to be careful there, Big. Those kind of mistakes and pushing down Banana like that with potentially a bad call. We have no idea what information Tabson got, but he goes through, gives Tak an opportunity to get that bomb down. Sure, they win the round just about, but that could have fallen out of reach. Taco, if he gets 1 kill now, 2 versus 1, they win that round. Taco, oh, fallen. I didn't realize how sick that shot was. Have a look at this. As he comes back for the arch, boom, drive-by. And he's happy that Tabson knows he messed up that round as well, so he celebrates in a very excited manner there. Well, here we go. Round number 18, 10-7 in favour of SK Gaming on the T side. Legia and Tabson looking to farm some frags here with the UMPs as they go aggressively towards the B side of the map. Tabson wants to push down even further. Fallen's been hit by the nade down to 16 HP, and Tabson, he takes the frag, takes his head off as well.
The corner, unfortunately, felt firing. Not landing and being fully blind, had nowhere to go but death. When the Grim Reaper visits, Henry, just say yes.
I always do.
I have no answer for that. Why are you here?
Well, okay, then 5 on 3. I feel like SK Gaming are done with this round. Tacker down to 2 HP as well. No nades, no armor. On Zero with the bomb. They'll be lucky to get that down. Samson takes a bit of damage, but he's looking very aggressive and confident, as he always does towards the B side of the map, pushing down that banana. An amazing aim of his. Coming out in spades as he managed to find 2 frags. Taco recovers the bomb. It's a matter of time. Keeve should be able to find at least 1 frag here if they walk around the corner. Ooh, needs to be careful. Here's the deal. Doesn't want to give anything away. Nice disciplined play.
Keeve inside of the arch. Cold's tagged. Cold's dead. Keeve gets him with the UMP. Swing it back out. Discover more players at the top of mid. Or he won't. He'll only find 1, and that 1 is Fur. I'll be on the railing. We'll sit above the haystacks. Like, yeah, we'll take down Taco.
Good work. Another 3-0. So that's both pistols and both halves converted to 3-0 here for Big. Sounds like quite a clear message as to the current scoreline. 10-8. They've only won 2 gun rounds so far. But still. SK now. AK's out once again. No fallen orb. Couldn't really afford that. 6 kills, 8 deaths for him. 20 still for considero. Hasn't posted anything really in the second half. Looking for that 35 bomb. You're just joining us. Played 2 games so far, both in Inferno, both at 35 kills, currently on 20, looking to replicate that form. Amazing so far. Keeve, now missing out on the blind shot there. Nades towards top of Banana to push the CVs back there. That's from Fallen and Phelps. They do land, but a boost coming in here potentially. That's the orb, and actually taps him with the M4 going for this one. Let's see if he can make it happen. You know, he probably will, but this time bested by Phelps. He gets the dink in, but that's all he gets.
Gets indeed. He had downed. Well, they're getting Phelps down with a nade. Fallen finds Keeve. He has gone towards CT. No smoke out yet. It will go now. He's going to time it with the smoke, though. Knows that one of the weapons drawn, and Fallen and Cold go down to Legia.
That's huge from Legia. 3 on 2 now. Potentially rescues this one for Big. Bomb still down at C steps, and next he finds Fur. Now it's up to Taco. Grading clutches. Can he find anything with this one? He's got the time to work with. 1 minute. He makes his way towards the top of middle.
So Gobby inside of the pit. Taco clears by boiler door. Gobby goes out toward the ramp. Quick check library. Molotov will land. It'll confirm his presence. Gobby extinguishes it. That tells Taco where he is, but won't give him anything to do with it. Reverse Molotov thrown. That flushes him back out toward one of the 2 players now on the A site. The 3rd just arriving in the form of Legia. There's 3 kills in the round. Not even planted. Legia will close it with his 4th.
That was a little bit risky from Legia, but still manages to land the shot. Great round from him. 4 kills in total. Very impressive, I have to say. Those timings are on CT spawn as well. 2 very high impact frags. Finds the following up final one as well. Got B. The reason I said that's really smart, because that Molotov is designed to flush him out. Sure, he can get out of the Molotov, but he almost certainly dies there. Drops the smoke at his feet, buys more time, and Taco is just frustrated. He wants the kill there, and Godby is not giving it to him. Staying alive. That's a real veteran play for you there. Someone who's just playing intelligently. 10-9. Big. Close the gap. We have got a game on our hands now. 4-0 in the second half. Tech 9s, Deagles, and armor. No nades. As we go towards second middle, it'll be a full-on contact play. Walk up. Hope for the best, but taking a nade to the face once again. The utility usage from Big's been amazing. Key with the AWP. Looking to find multiple frags here. There's 2 out of 2 as next chimes in as well.
Certainly does. Getting closer toward Atrium position. Cold last alive will swing in through CT, and all 5 stay alive. Keeve gets 4 on the AWP from Arch. That seems to be a hot spot for the AWP this game.
Yeah, channeling his inner Cold Zero there as well. 4 shots, 4 kills. Not as impressive considering they only had Tech 9s, but still clinical stuff. 10-10. So, if you're just joining us, let's just get you up to date with what this game means. This is a 2-0 game, meaning whoever wins this singular map is going to the playoff. SK, currently considered the #1 team in the world, up against Big. Not in top 10. A dark horse of the tournament. You said at the start you felt like they could cause damage here and potentially make the top 8. You wouldn't have thought in 3-0 though.
No way. No way. This is almost as surprising as FaZe going out 0-3. So it's reverse polarity in that sense. And again, yeah, absolutely a technical team. Individual skill in the form of Tabson is there, but they rely so heavily on strategy and executions that you would have thought eventually someone figures it out, or that wears out, that gets old and gets outweighed. Well, if it was going to be outweighed, it was going to be outweighed by SK of all teams. So impressive stuff from Big.
Yeah, SK, sure they've had wins on this map, but they haven't been the cleanest.
No,
especially against Penta as well. They looked like they're going to throw that game after being 10-0 up. Now they're up against another lesser name of the tournament. Someone has come from the minor system. BiG, German organization full of German players, 6 months in the making, and turning heads, it seems. Every month they seem to be finding more success. They got 3-0 at the major. Just making the major generally was impressive. But like, okay, that's great. A team like that coming to the major, really, really cool stuff. I mean, a team for 6 months, they've managed to develop into that. Now, they've got the #1 team in the world on the ropes, looking for 3-0 to make it legendary status. That's huge. For a new organization that's organic, to guarantee this, the next major as well, that in itself is amazing news.
Well, the sticker economy, we've already discussed that at large in many other broadcasts, but it's kind of interesting as well when you look at form. I mean, these guys were focused just to get into the major. That was Godby's goal with this team. Now that they're here, they're focused on making the playoffs. They might be on the brink of doing so. They are determined. They are absolutely 100% driven and not worn out at all. Whereas, you don't want to call teams worn out necessarily, but, phase. So good for so long, and then into this event, a slump hits. You question sort of what the schedule can do to the upper teams and how much that helps BiG in this sense.
Yeah, I would say BiG are a hungry team.
Yeah, hungry is a perfect word. Yep.
Well, here we go. We're back underway. 10-10. We're all leveled up. It's going to be a CT side affair for BiG, of course. Current scoreline for them, 5-0. All coming up the key once again after hitting some great shots. Fallen wants to challenge though. Bunny hopping right towards the top of middle. Trying to see if anyone's available to him, and it seems to be the case. Next gets hit, but finds the shot. Fur takes him back in return. 4-4. It's getting quite exciting now. The big plays coming out in more ways than one. Next taking down Fallen, but it's all level once again, which technically favors the T side.
And they're going to leave Fallen's op on the ground. Cold was beside it. They want to go fast with the rifles. Fast through smoke into Tabson. 1 kill, only 1 kill. Cold's able to respond, his 21st. They'll go back out of middle as well as soon as they do so. He has picked up the AWP this time. And he'll head off toward the direction of Banana. Flash in, bounced. Forces Keith back into sight. He still has an angle. He's been able to land as well. No challenge over the top. Cold will get him back up close. But it's all on to Cold. Need 4 in total to win out the round. Bomb to be planted safely behind the fountain, and both players coming from Banana. Who gets in position first? Cold. He might have the lineup for the first shot. Misses it. That's going to make things really hard because they're getting closer. They're getting to his left. He's got to go for the no-scope. Legia baits one side and goes the other. And BiG is going to take the lead.
Oh, that's an exciting round. You could see SK Gaming throwing everything they had at BiG that round. Fallen with a good spawn, goes to try and challenge Keith at the start. Finds that first player down to 4-4. There's trades coming in thick and fast. 3-on-3 back towards Banana. And then we left Caldera in a 2v1 situation. With the current form we're seeing from this young man right now, he'll be able to deliver there, but misses the key shot. And it's going to be the gear to finish things off. Keith is looking sharp, I have to say. I've always said I don't consider him a world-class talent, but he's had some great performances here, and he's been instrumental in the fact that they're at 2-0. It's not just about Tabson. Keith has been very decent as well.
He's been on the rise. Remember back in alternate attacks, he had a perfect, almost, you would say, performance to get them into the E-League season.
That's right.
That was ages ago. And he certainly didn't look that promising to me, specifically in the minor, more so in the qualifier he did.
There we go then. Another gun round for either side. Fallen taking a bit of nade damage to start. You can see they're weak then, Matt. 1 minute 20 remaining, no nades. This is just all in now. Group up, go towards quad, run through the smokes, have the Godby next to defend.
Godby turns his back to avoid flashes. Smoke still down from apartments. Won't be able to push in directly. Next, wants back in through the flames. 1 tick, Fallen turns, and down he goes Keeve, missing a big shot. No pun intended, because Godby goes down in the pit. Phelps will follow up. Won't be a 5 clean sweep. Thompson trying to go back at them, but good shoulder bait, and then push in from Fallen on the trade, if not for a straight kill. 11-11. Reset potential for staying alive is massive.
Absolutely. SK Gaming. Oh my god, they had no nades to work them at. AKs, armor, couple of flashbangs, group up, stays a 5-man unit, and that's potentially all they have to do here. On paper, they outfrag BiG at every single facet, really. And you'd feel like that's probably the best formation to go in. These defaults getting picked off 1 by 1 for the really nice teamwork and flashbangs and smoke usage of BiG. That's when they'll probably get wrecked. And I feel like just stay together like that, keep it simple. They'll probably just run over them. But the round back in their favor. Sure, there is a lot of reset potential considering they had no days in the previous round. For $0. Similar story for Phelps as well. Round number 23. This could go the full distance. Keep back on the orb. Whoever loses this round pretty much guaranteed to be eco, so...
I like that. A little back and forth battle, considering the flame positioning. Fur's very lucky to be alive. And he will get next at the very least, trying to push back up to capitalize on his position. (11-11), Henry. It's our score.
It really is. Big will be making a wish in this round, that's for sure. As we head into round number 23 in a 5-on-4 situation. Kiev trying to do what he can with the AWP. Dropped off the last couple of rounds. Flashbangers coming in towards the boiler room from considero. They've got the lead for now. Still with 3. Make it 5 smokes, in fact. They picked up one more. As we enter the closing stages of this round. Kiev drops the incendiary. Falls back to the bomb site. Godby in his standard position at the apartments. Being baited in by Kiev as well. He's hoping to take the first shot and fall back as they call for backup in the Formula gear.
Goes over to the left. Allows them to push through to the atrium. Godby again, the one on the balcony. Kiev this time, better angle, more elongated, more room to work. But he's stuck inside. He needs Godby to get more kills than just one, and he will. He'll get Phelps. He still manages to go down and brings in the gear. They're not ready for his arrival. Fallen in the middle. Fallen gets out of the middle. Good shot on both sides, and he'll go inside of the site to plant the bomb immediately. Just barely gets there as well. 1 second left on the clock as it's tabseN to go against him. tabseN with no kit, by the way.
No nades either.
There is a kit, you just saw it in front of Fallen, in front of the site, the stairs right to his right now. As tabseN gets closer and closer, Fallen spots the headshot, doesn't hit it though, and he's got problems because he's the low HP player. And tabseN will get the kit, will get the defuse, and they'll go up 12-11 with a reset toward SK.